Let me close with a true story, but remember that it's only one of many American stories that could be told. Mohammed Salman Hamdani was a 23-year-old paramedic, a New York City police cadet, and Muslim American. He was one of those brave first responders who tragically lost his life in 9/11 terrorist attacks almost a decade ago. As the New York Times eulogized, he wanted to be seen as an all-American kid. He wore number 79 on the high school football team at Bayside, Queens, where he lived. He was called Sal by his friends. He became a research assistant at the Rockefeller University and drove an ambulance part-time. One Christmas, he sang Handel's Messiah in Queens. He saw all of the Star Wars movies, and it's well known that his new Honda was the one that read with the Young Jedi license plates. Mr. Hamdani bravely sacrificed his life to try to help others on 9/11. After the tragedy, some people tried to smear his character solely because of his Islamic faith. Some people spread false rumors and speculated that he was in league with the attackers because he was a Muslim. But it was only when his remains were identified that these lies were exposed. Mohammed Salman Hamdani was a fellow American who gave his life for other Americans. His life should not be identified as just a member of an ethnic group or just a member of a religion, but as an American who gave everything for his fellow Americans. I yield back.
Keith Ellison, he just finished speaking, and they were then debating whether or not there should be more opening statements, at which time the chair, Peter King, had said, we're going to stick to process. Carl Bernstein, investigative journalist and much more, joins us right now. MSNBC host Cenk Uygur also here to react to what we just saw there. And Carl was saying it's not the right time in history, but Cenk, as you know, these hearings, not the right place, perhaps time, but this has happened many times in the past, some 20-plus hearings looking at radicalization of the Muslim American community.
Yeah, I reject these whole hearings, and I reject the idea of questioning whether Muslims are Americans. I wonder whether Peter King and the people who are in favor of this hearing understand what America is about. I question whether they're real Americans. I think they're completely and utterly un-American to suggest that one race or one ethnicity should be looked into in its entirety. I'm now agnostic, but my family is Muslim. Are they saying that my mom is in league with Al-Qaeda and she needs to be looked into? Are they saying that about my uncle? Are they saying that about my cousins? It's sick, it's grotesque, and it's un-American. It disturbs me to my core. And you know what? There's been, since 9/11, almost twice as many extremist attacks, terrorist attacks here in the United States from non-Muslim groups as Muslim groups. There's been these right-wing extremists. They killed an abortion doctor. They did the Olympic bombing. That was before 9/11. Over and over again, the Holocaust Museum they attacked. And we don't have any hearings about that. Look, you want to look into radicals, whether they're Muslims or they're non-Muslims? Of course you should. That's what the job of the FBI is. That's what the job of the local authorities are. We want to protect all of us, and we have a vehicle to do that. But for a bigoted, un-American congressman like Peter King to come out here and to question people's Americanism and to question whether they should be investigated is horrible and grotesque.